Fortnite, the game you probably haven't played but almost certainly have heard of. Last year, while sick with a virus that almost certainly removed my sense of taste, I decided to try Fortnite. And to quote myself in the video I made about it last year, the Battle Royale mode is like my least favorite part of Fortnite, and I only play it because most of the in-game quests are only available in this mode. But it seems Epic Games has listened to my calls to Fortnite and have released 3 other major game modes in the most recent update to Fortnite. So I figured I'd do a follow-up video talking about how Fortnite has expanded its gameplay into not just being a Battle Royale game, but now providing tons of different ways to play. Today I'm going to go into now Fortnite's 4 major game modes: LEGO Fortnite, Fortnite Festival, Rocket Racing, and the original Battle Royale mode. Now, all 4 of these modes are objectively weaker versions of other types of games, but the fact that they all exist now within this one singular Fortnite ecosystem is a very interesting development in gaming. And while Epic Games has created this now client that you can use to play many different types of many different games, Fortnite exists almost as a Roblox-like experience, based around user-generated content and a vast number of experiences, rather than just the one singular Battle Royale mode. This video is not an advertisement for Fortnite, nor is it trying to get you to play Fortnite. This is merely a look at how Fortnite represents a new turning point in gaming. But first of all, what is Fortnite? Fortnite began as a save the world game that came out many years ago, which was originally a kind of tower defense game where you build a base and hordes of things come at you and you try to fight them off. There was this spin-off free-to-play Battle Royale mode that became extremely popular and now features tons of different IPs. It popularized the Battle Pass format. My brother has been playing Fortnite since the very beginning and has seen all of its ups and downs, so from a distance I've been able to witness Fortnite's rise and then fall and then rise and then fall again as it introduces new modes and new ideas and new gameplay mechanics. The reason I jumped in last year was because they had just announced their zero build version of the Battle Royale. That was the thing that always stopped me from playing, was the building mechanics. It felt too contrived for me. I found it very difficult to kind of balance that with the Battle Royale game, but by removing the building entirely, you have a very interesting and somewhat fun Battle Royale mode. But for the longest time, Fortnite existed as this Battle Royale format that the kids play. You know, this game that has a really weird and somewhat interesting visual style that's consistent within all of the different things that they bring into it, and also its dances, because apparently that's a big part of the game as well. As I said before, the Battle Royale mode is fine. I don't usually play a lot of Battle Royale shooter games, so the draw of Fortnite definitely lost its idea as I started to find other games to play, and the Battle Royale wasn't enough to keep me coming back. But as I spoke about in my last video, there was glimpses of other things to do in Fortnite last year. There were these festival moments where you could go and you could listen to an artist perform. There were these other game modes created by other users that were like death runs or escape rooms and things like that. These weren't necessarily officially created by Epic Games. There were some, but for the most part they were created by fans or by other companies in the same way that Minecraft's marketplace works. Now Epic has officially released these 3 other modes, so why don't we get into those? And first of all, why don't we get into the reason why I picked up Fortnite again in the first place, and dive right in to LEGO Fortnite. Now, obviously, I'm a big fan of LEGO. I grew up playing with LEGO. My brother and I played so many LEGO video games growing up. There's some real nostalgia about LEGO gaming. Minecraft is also my favorite game of all time. It's a game that I've played throughout my entire life. It's a game that has grown with me and is responsible for so many fun memories of me and my friends just hanging out and playing in Minecraft. So you put these two things together and Fortnite goes, okay, well, let's create this new LEGO mode that's a pretty stock standard survival game that uses the LEGO format to create a kind of building blocks type resource gathering farming village simulator game. Now, I was in. As soon as the trailer dropped, I was like, oh no, they've got me hook, line, and sinker. I'm going to boot up Fortnite and at least try out this new game mode. And of the 4 game modes that have just been released, and I have dabbled in all of them, LEGO Fortnite is definitely the one that I sunk the most time into. LEGO Fortnite structures very similarly to Minecraft. Find resources, build things, and slowly expand on your power and resources, as well as build a nice little village. The tutorialization for LEGO Fortnite is really good. I think back to when I first played Minecraft, and so much of that was looking up tutorials online or watching tutorials on YouTube, but LEGO Fortnite does a really good job of easing you into the systems of the game. There's enemies, and I like how the enemies have these, like, their frame rate is a little bit different. They're kind of like at a slower frame rate, so they kind of look a bit stuttery. This might not be an artistic choice, but rather my computer's inability to handle Lego Fortnite. If that is the case, well, I thought it was a cool little visual style, so I wasn't sure. A lot of this game is a bit buggy. You will often get stuck on terrain. But for a first version of a video game, I think Lego Fortnite is really interesting. Obviously, as I will be doing throughout this video, and a lot of people have done it before, Lego Fortnite has been compared to Minecraft a lot. But it's unfair to compare the current state of Lego Fortnite to the most recent update of Minecraft. Minecraft has been continuously updated for free, mind you, for 13 years. That's so much more than the game was. If you look back at the original beta version of Minecraft, it limits so much. There's not much to do. There's no Ender Dragon. There's so many things that are now staples of the game. So Lego Fortnite exists within this same space. It's obviously a really interesting building block that can eventually be expanded. The IGN review, I think, said it really well in that Lego Fortnite is something that is ripe for more. Currently, the game stands as it stands. It's okay, but it's definitely missing that kind of oomph that makes you want to keep playing. Whereas I'm excited to see in 5-10 years' time, as the game will get a lot of new content to see exactly where Epic takes this new game mode. And of the 3 new game modes released, Lego Fortnite is almost certainly the most popular. If you look at Epic's new games, they show you just how many people are playing each mode. And Lego Fortnite consistently has quite a few number of players. It's as popular as the Battle Royale modes, both Zero Build and the traditional Battle Royale mode. But Lego Fortnite is not without its flaws. A lot of the game is very tedious. Obviously, they added a durability buff pretty much a week or so, maybe even a couple of days after the game came out, because so many of your weapons would break so easily. Now, obviously, weapon durability is very standard in survival games like this, but the fact that you could probably only cut down like 3 trees and your axe would break was very infuriating. The resources within Lego Minecraft are very sparse and also very biome dependent, where if you need to upgrade part of your crafting table or part of your village, you need to have a specific type of item, for example, something that an enemy drops, but this enemy only ever spawns in a desert or in some snow areas, and so you have to trek to find those biomes specifically. And if you have an unlucky seed like my brother did, he was walking for ages before he found a desert biome. And because the weather conditions in Fortnite are so harsh, you need to be well prepared. You need to stock yourself up to be able to handle cold and warm temperatures. It's very similar to Breath of the Wild in the way that when you eat like spicy food, you can then go into cold areas, you like drink cool stuff, and you can go into hot areas. But these things are linked where in order to walk through cold, you need to go to a desert and get hot peppers. But if you don't have a desert nearby and you're surrounded by like cold stuff, you're stuck basically. It takes a lot longer for you to find those pepper seeds. So the resource management within Lego Fortnite is a little bit tedious. There's a lot of walking around, a lot of running. It isn't like Minecraft where you can just dig straight down and find a cave. You have to find these specific cave structures that appear throughout the map. And they also exist in different biomes, and different biome caves have different types of resources. But instead of going, oh, I'm going to go mining, I'm just going to go down and get some cobblestone real quick, it's instead, I need to make this trek to this specific cave area, go inside the cave system, maybe find some loot, fight some enemies. Now, to be fair, I do think that this version of the cave system is still really enjoyable. They kind of act like mini dungeons or like Skyrim caves where you go in, you fight some monsters, and hopefully find some cool loot while mining stuff on the way. I think the caves work for what they are, but the only problem is because they're so standalone in their structure, finding those resources becomes quite a chore. Obviously, this kind of Lego Fortnite Minecraft survival gameplay appeals to a lot of gamers, perhaps gamers that wouldn't have typically played Fortnite. A friend of mine sent me a reel that was a person fighting a brute in Lego Fortnite, and he said, is this that Fortnite Lego thing you were talking about? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, oh, maybe I'll try it. And I said, oh yeah, okay, maybe do, maybe don't. I don't want to be that kind of person who like, you know those people who watched Arcane and then said, oh yeah, maybe I'll try League of Legends. And you're like, oh, well, hang on, maybe don't do that. I don't know if Lego Fortnite is this great new step in gaming, but it is definitely an interesting choice made by Epic. And the fact that the game is free, completely and utterly free, it doesn't stop anyone from jumping in and trying to play it. But as someone who played Minecraft, a lot of my knowledge of survival games comes from that sort of basis. And so I struggle with Lego Fortnite to adjust to this new system, and I wonder how much my friend would be able to do the same. Obviously, Lego Fortnite is a game that's probably more designed for a group of people. All of these new Fortnite game modes are certainly designed with social play in mind first and foremost. And while I did play Lego Fortnite solo, my brother and I have talked about creating a world together. But after fully upgrading your village and getting all the major upgrades to your crafting table and all of the major resources, there doesn't seem to be much more reason reason to play. Lego Fortnite actually has this really intricate building mechanic that is similar to like a Sims type game where you can make these massive houses that have furniture in them, and that when you have your villagers can live in different houses and you can set everything up. From Minecraft, I was never a big builder. In this game, this building part didn't really appeal to me. They do have like starter shacks that like you can build from the blueprints, and it basically builds the whole thing for you. You just have to provide the materials. I did that for the most part during my playthrough, but obviously the fact that this game has a lot of these different aspects definitely appeals to this kind of game. To be honest, the building mechanic within Lego Fortnite can be really cool for hopefully maybe some sort of other story type mods or modes within Lego Fortnite itself. I don't know, maybe we'll see like a narrative SMP. Maybe I'll make one of those. But I did enjoy playing Lego Fortnite, and I do think I will return to it. I hope that Epic releases some more updates pretty soon. To be honest, it kind of feels like when Animal Crossing first came out, and within like the first month of play, suddenly all of the resources suddenly turned into eggs, and everyone was like, oh, hang on, I had already gotten to a zone, and like now the game is kind of working against me, where a lot of Lego Fortnite feels like you're pushing up against walls, where some of the enemy types are really annoying to deal with if you aren't properly prepared. It's not a very easy survival game. And because the building is kind of a little bit more difficult than Fortnite, just, tower up with one block, to get to higher places requires more thinking, and to get to certain areas requires more planning. So I do think that Lego Fortnite has a lot of potential, but as it stands now, the game is okay. If you are interested in trying the game, obviously there is no harm in doing so. Let me know if you have and what you think about it, but I'm excited to see where Lego Fortnite goes. Within Lego Fortnite as well, you have your own minifig, which is based on Fortnite skins. Obviously the idea that all 4 of these game modes have like interconnected collectibles and ideas that you can have your character from, that you'll play in the Battle Royale mode, that you'll play in Fortnite Festival, that you'll play in Lego Fortnite, that you'll play in Rocket Racing. It's a way to create these collectibles that you can show off in all 4 of the different modes. And to be honest, I think it's cool. I mean, obviously Fortnite has a lot of skins and dances and stuff like that. My brother's collection is massive. And so by having him be able to use all of those things within all 4 modes means he's not starting from scratch and can still show off for all of these different things. So let's move on now to the next major mode introduced in this new update, which is Fortnite Festival. Fortnite Festival was developed by Harmonix, which were the creators of Guitar Hero, Rock Band, those kind of games that Epic bought. Both Fortnite Festival and Rocket Racing are 2 games where Epic bought a studio that made a successful version of the game, and Epic goes, hey, can you make that in Fortnite? Hey, can you put that in the game maybe? And it's a pretty stock standard rhythm game. It's a game where you can play on your laptop or on your controller, and it's like you got to hit the buttons in time. It's literally just Guitar Hero, but the benefit of this is that Fortnite has access to money, lots and lots and lots and lots of money. And so while Guitar Hero and Rock Band were limited by their song choices, Fortnite has access to tons of music and is able to buy rights to tons of songs. And so even from launch, you have all of these kind of classic modern day songs that are releasing on the radio that you can play and that you can use within Fortnite Festival. I love rhythm games. I'm a big fan of Guitar Hero, but to be honest, a lot of the great parts of Guitar Hero is the fact that you have the guitar. Playing Guitar Hero with a controller is kind of lame. And so Fortnite Festival, as a result, ends up being kind of lame. I do like how you can change the different instruments. Obviously, this is a throwback to the classic Rock Band, of course, but Rock Band had other instruments that you would physically play. I have not hooked up like a guitar to Fortnite Festival. I'm almost certain that you can, and I really hope that the Guitar Hero community, which is really big still and makes a bunch of custom levels, finds a way to reroute kind of Guitar Hero or just standard Rock Band instruments and put that into the game, because I would much prefer to do that than playing on the controller. The thing I really want, though, is this version to be like a mobile version. If there was a Fortnite Festival mobile app that was like Tap Tap Revenge. Anyone remember Tap Tap Revenge? You're a real one if you remember Tap Tap Revenge. And have this Fortnite Festival app that's native to your phone, so you don't have to worry about loading times, where you can just play this rhythm game on the go. That would be awesome. And yes, obviously Fortnite is available on mobile devices, but I have tried to play all 4 of these game modes on the go, and none of them really work because they are designed specifically for a widescreen at-home gaming experience. I think they need to make different versions, completely port it over to mobile, as opposed to just taking that version and just changing the control scheme, because you still have to tap for the festival mode as opposed to just playing Tap Tap Revenge, which I really want to play more of that game. I wonder how much Fortnite Festival is going to play into Fortnite's already commitment to live concerts and artists. Perhaps now when a new artist will perform within Fortnite, you'll be able to play along with the song. It's not going to be more like the original Fortnite Festival type stuff where you're in your character running around doing things while the person sings, but rather you will be playing along with the music. If that becomes a new standard in Fortnite festivals, I think that would be really interesting. I think that's a fun way to make an audience feel engaged with the story. As much as I really loved those older, the ones that I did play last year, those kind of like concerts within Fortnite, the fact that you can have options to play along with the music is a really fun way to make a modern festival experience. But obviously this rhythm game format works because it was developed by the studio that created it. Like, Harmonix knows how to make these types of rhythm games, and by Epic just buying them out and saying, just make it again but in Fortnite, suddenly the audience for a game like that is widened massively. By having a free alternative to Guitar Hero that is inbuilt within a game that thousands, if not millions of people have already installed, provides a really easy way for you to just pick up a new rhythm game. It isn't about selling Harmonix's new game, it's about creating a new experience that tons of people already have access to. That, I think, is the true power of these new game modes. By creating things that are free already within the Fortnite client, switching over to LEGO Fortnite if you already have the Battle Royale mode is a really easy thing to do. And so Epic are encouraging people to try out these new modes because, to be honest, there is no harm in doing so, and it's only 2 clicks away. So moving on then to Rocket Racing. Rocket Racing was developed by Psyonix, who created Rocket League, which has now also been bought by Epic Games. Epic Games are like collecting all these studios, and eventually at some point I'm sure they're going to be like, hey, can you make a game for Fortnite? How long until Fall Guys comes to Fortnite? That remains to be seen. Rocket Racing is okay. I really like racing games. I'm a big Mario Kart fan, and every time I see a new like racing game that's released, I'll definitely pick it up and try it, purely because like I like them as a game that I can just like play while listening to podcasts or like watching sitcoms or something like that. I was playing Disney Speedstorm, which came out recently, which is microtransaction filled to the nothing. It's so much of it is like, buy the new racer, because otherwise you're going to have enough levels. It's classic Disney microtransaction game. But in this case, Rocket Racing doesn't have any microtransactions. In fact, that goes for all 4 game modes. Fortnite does not actually have you buy anything that affects gameplay itself. It is all purely cosmetics. I much prefer this Battle Pass model because I'm not limited in what I can play by what I can pay for, but rather I'm rewarded for what I pay by things that look really cool and way better than like the standard stuff they can. I don't have the Battle Pass. Maybe when Solid Snake comes out, I'll use the V-Bucks that I have to buy it because that's a cool skin. But I'm not inclined to unlock any more of the cosmetics because this season like doesn't really seem that good. So Rocket Racing's mode is truly just this fun racing game. Now, obviously, this is a new racing mode. You have to get used to the new mechanics, and Rocket Racing does a lot to change up the kind of traditional Mario Kart formula. Whereas Speedstorm at least was consistent in the drifting with Mario Kart, Rocket Racing has this new drift mechanic where if you just turn hard enough, you'll automatically start drifting, or you can press X and you'll like go into like this cool drift mode where like you'll boost around. There's also jumping in this game, jumping in tricks and jumping back and forth, and also flight, where if you're in the air, you can hold A to kind of boost yourself up like in a jetpack. Fortnite Racing is fun. It's definitely the second most played game mode that I did throughout these 4. I did get to gold because obviously there's a lot of quests involved with each of these 4 modes, and in this case you get a skin if you get to gold ranking. And I was like, oh, well, I'll at least get to that and get the skin, and then maybe I won't play it anymore. And to be honest, I haven't played it since. But the game mode itself is not super complicated. There's no item boxes, there's no power-ups, it's pure racing and pure skill. And I can see how the skill ceiling for this Rocket Racing mode can be really high. I'm excited to see an eventual competition for Rocket Racing, because I think the potential for this game to be like really fast and for the players to get really like technical with the moveset is really cool. Just doing something as simple as jumping from side to side during a race feels really satisfying, and I can see how doing that throughout the entire race and like constantly getting new speed and new upgrades would be really fun. But the biggest problem with Rocket Racing is the load times. Playing a game of Rocket Racing takes so long, where even finishing a race and then waiting for the next race to begin, there's sometimes 2 or 3 minutes that go by. And while, yeah, you know, that's not really a long time, but if you're thinking about it, right? Mario Kart, it's instantaneous. You finish a race, you run to the next race, and you're playing. So much of Rocket Racing, I thought I was waiting to actually play the game. This and a kind of a low amount of brand new maps meant that I was often playing the same kind of races over and over again, one after another, while waiting 4 minutes to just play another race. Again, this game mode, as it stands now, is kind of in the middle of a point where you're like, I want this to get better. I can't wait for this to get like a lot better. It's the same with kind of all of these game modes, where you see the potential in them. And I don't know how much Epic are kind of teasing them to see what does well, what doesn't does well, what's worth putting more time, effort, and like production value into, what's worth just like scrapping. I think a lot of their stuff here is more to see, does this actually resonate with audiences? And I hope that like they do fix Rocket Racing, because I can definitely see it being a game that I would play. But currently the load times and the kind of the lack of variety in the courses stops me from wanting to play it a little bit more. Which again, you know, that's classic new game syndrome. The fact that this game just came out and we're comparing it to games that have been out for a very, very long time. Mario Kart has had 8 installments now and is constantly releasing new updates even to this day. So the fact that Rocket Racing can be compared to a game that obviously has a much higher budget, higher production value, and a higher track record is probably unfair. But I hope that Epic eventually will release new courses. Maybe they'll do like a Mario Kart, and they'll have courses that are rooted in different styles or different ideas. So much of these game modes are kind of separated. There's little glimpses to each other. Lego Fortnite has buildings that come from the Battle Royale mode. Fortnite Festival uses skins and dances that are used in the original Fortnite. Rocket Racing appears in some areas that you might see during the original Battle Royale map, but none of these exist within the same world. Fortnite does have a story. It's something that I talked about in the last video that I made, and while I have not played it since that video, there is narrative that happens throughout these story missions that are like scattered throughout the Battle Royale mode. I don't know whether or not these things will start to kind of come into these other game modes, but currently kind of seems like these are offshoots, off-brand, other experiences around the kind of traditional story-driven Fortnite Battle Royale mode. Rocket Racing is also fully cross-compatible with Rocket League. They've announced that all of the cars that you buy in Rocket Racing will also be available in Rocket League. Again, this kind of like a collection that spans over multiple games. It's the promise of that kind of like, and I don't want to have to say it, but it's that metaverse type stuff. But it's not NFT driven. It's just purely like, well, all Epic Games own all of these things, and so you are able to kind of pass your stuff through all of these things. Currently, I haven't seen cars from Rocket League be available in Fortnite. I don't know if that's going to be a thing that will be available. I can't remember if I have cars in Rocket League. I've not played that game for many, many years, but currently I'm just rocking that default skin because I'm not going to pay more for it. And finally then onto the Battle Royale and Zero build modes. Now these are the traditional Fortnite modes that have been popular for the last 10 years or however long Fortnite's been out for, I don't know at this point. Both of these modes are still kind of the same as they were, but now with brand new content and new gameplay. You can now upgrade your gun. There's this train that goes around the map. For those of you who don't know, the Fortnite map changes every season. That's a thing that happens within like the context of the story-driven part of it. They use that to justify why it's a brand new map every season. A lot of work goes into the Fortnite Battle Royale mode, and I actually think it's really cool what they do with it. But again, the problem with the Battle Royale mode is that it's very limited to that very specific type of play style. I don't play a lot of those games. I have dabbled in it. It's definitely the one. I think I played three games since the new update of the Battle Royale mode, and I did not get very far because I'm not very good. New movement was also reintroduced in this, where now you can like vault over things and jump things. There's a lot of new kind of tactical moves that you can do, which then also goes into the other user-generated content that use the Battle Royale as the basis for making things. As I said before, the Battle Royale is my least favorite part. It's the one that I have the least, but now Fortnite has options for me to do other things. The thing that's really great about these new game modes is that if I don't feel like playing Battle Royale, I can just play something else. The Battle Royale mode movement is what is the basis for other user-generated content that is made throughout all of Fortnite. There are stuff like I saw a New Vegas open world game. There was like a Star Wars shooting game. All of these things are created within the kind of Fortnite engine that the Battle Royale runs through. So whenever the Battle Royale gets new updates, as a result, all of these other user-generated content modes get updates as well. The Among Us mode also comes from this kind of Battle Royale mode. And I really like that. I like the fact that now Fortnite have kind of utilized the success of the Battle Royale and this platform that has become so profitable for them to now create new experiences. The story elements of Fortnite Battle Royale still exist. I wish they weren't limited to just that one particular game mode. As I said in my last video, creating an MMO, which I think they have announced that they're making, would be super cool. This kind of open world game within Fortnite where it is more story driven, the fact that it basically exists as this like Ready Player One type world. So those are all of the 4 major game modes that were introduced in the new update of Fortnite. And since Epic Games listened to my last video and gave me other things to play other than the Battle Royale mode, Epic Games, this is for you. Please make native versions of all of these game modes that are native to phones, please. I don't want to have to log into Fortnite online, go over to logging it. I just want to go onto my phone, tap Rocket Racing, and be able to play within a minute. I don't have time. If I'm playing on my phone, I don't have time to boot up anything. I just want to pick up and play. And so by creating versions of these games that you can pick up and play, I think that would be awesome. Please, Epic Games, that would be really cool. But all 4 of these experiences still want more polish. The Battle Royale mode has been polished now for quite a number of years. But these other 3 game modes, I think, will benefit a lot from a lot of more love. And Epic Games almost certainly has the money and time and care to put into each of these experiences. And I'm excited to see what those will be. In 10 years' time, when you think of Fortnite, you're not going to think of Battle Royale anymore. You're going to think of a Roblox type game where it's instead a number of experiences. The best parts of gaming is the social aspect of it. Me and my friends, when we play games, the game is supplementary to us hanging out. And so what Fortnite does now is it creates an ecosystem for you to log into with all of your friends and start playing a specific type of game, and then you get bored and you say, oh, okay, we've done like 4 losses in a row to Battle Royale. Why don't we hop over to Rocket Racing? And you do, and then you race for a bit, and then you go, oh, this is boring. Why don't we check in back in our old Lego survival world? And then you jump into that. Or if you're like me and really only gravitate to one of these specific game modes, you just play that one. You don't have to touch any of the other ones. They aren't connected. There aren't quests that are locked between each. Fortnite Festival has its own battle pass where you like unlock the weekend or something. That sentence out of context is so wild. Anyway, it's also depending on Epic buying new studios. Maybe Epic will see the success of Fortnite Festival and Rocket Racing, buy other promising studios that have really interesting gameplay ideas that they will then kind of force into Fortnite, which at the core of this is a problem, right? At the end of the day, all of this stuff is owned by Epic Games. Ideally, we shouldn't want to go to one specific video game company for every single video game need, because that's really bad. That's like you create a system where when you think of gaming, you think of Epic, where currently most people think of Nintendo, which is fair, but Epic have created a competitive ecosystem where depending on what you want to play, you can probably find it within Fortnite itself. But to get kind of to the point and the clickbait title of this video, why you should be paying attention and whether the future of this is Fortnite. Fortnite has changed gaming. It already has. It popularized this free-to-play battle pass format and has used it to create a new type of gaming experience, one that prioritizes variety and social experiences. I'm excited to see if this sets a new standard for gaming, what this means for other experiences within the immersive world, how much people will use this to create new content. But at the end of the day, the future is Fortnite, and whether or not you want to play it, it's definitely worth paying attention to. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe and like and comment. Which of the 4 Fortnite modes did you like the most? Which one of you did you play the most? Did you really jump back into? Maybe you're like me and return to the game because of one of these 4 modes. If you haven't played Fortnite before and this video makes you want to play Fortnite, which again wasn't the intention, send this video to a friend and try and convince them, and then get on Fortnite together and let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear what people who never played the game before thought of these new game modes and whether they were surprised by kind of all that Fortnite has to offer. So yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you next time.